I've always hated losing so much that winning felt good just because I didn't have to experience the loss.
No, I don't want to do this without success.
When you're on a beach volleyball court, you have to perform.
It's not only physical, the best, but you need to be the best in your mind.
It's just such a competitive atmosphere. You have to be ahead of the game, you have to be smart, you have to be quick, and you have to adjust.
It's only practice, and all you see is like the hotel, beach volleyball courts, and the restaurant for the food, and your bed.
It is difficult sometimes. Sometimes I wish I also didn't have only volleyball in my family, because you get so locked in your mind about volleyball.
Okay. Oh my. Ô, tem biscoitinho aqui, cara. Sério?
We are just really excited to play this tournament and see what this format and this event will bring show. And of course, we want to be the kings of this. We want to be the king, for sure.
So here's what I expect. I expect a lot of high-flying athletes hitting as hard as they can, siding out really well, laughing, joking, dancing, doing whatever we can to entertain. It's a no-brainer to come here and play in this. It's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the coolest things for us is to get a chance to come out and compete with the best players in the world. I mean, that's what King of the Court has brought, right? It's trying to figure out who's king of the world.
Is our plan to sleep for the whole day? Yeah?
If
okay.
you want.
Today rest because the flight, and tomorrow back for the court to train. Tomorrow is better for the body. Serious or?
Yeah, well, we have the funny face now, so okay. That was a serious face, and now we're the kings, you are nothing. Okay? How many is that?
The beach volleyball scene is, well, I think we're kind of a traveling circus. You know, we have this group of really special people, special characters. On court, it's always a big fight, and you can see a lot of guys are assholes on court. But 15 minutes later, when you're there at lunch during an event, we can be friends and talk about, everything and have a laugh. And it doesn't matter whether you won or lost.
I mean, yeah, you could say it's like a family. It's weird. You train and practice against all of your opponents. So it's definitely, I think, different than any other sport. You don't really do that. So in that way, it is kind of a family. Everyone's helping each other get better, yet competing against each other.
All the way. Yeah, cool. Yeah, thanks. Okay.
Oh, there are deep friendships there, for sure. There's some very, you go to battle with somebody, you're battling for your livelihood, you're battling for money, but you get done with that and you both put all your energy into something, because you just put everything on the line against that other person, and there's a mutual respect that goes on there, and it sometimes bonds you, but sometimes maybe it goes the other way. But I think the friends I have through beach volleyball are some of my dearest friends.
Yeah, a little bit more awake today than last time, right? Yeah, I got a good sleep. Getting used to the venue here, which is amazing. I feel like I'm in a movie scene, maybe like John Wick movie scene or something. Unbelievable, really cool urban feel with the train station here. This is one of the coolest locations I've ever played in. It's really cool. Time to bring the fire, it's exciting. Good luck, man. Yeah, thank you.
Welcome back to Stadium Court here in Utrecht, Netherlands. We're starting round 2 here. I should say Group B, round 1.
Line up the first one, second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one, yeah, and then there's the draw. So we first stay on the stage. Yeah? Okay.
We trained for 30 minutes this morning. Perfect. But you will see 30 minutes can be enough. Just do it. Давай. Давай.
Brazilian team coming out next. Back together recently after some partnership shakeups in Brazil. Simon and Guto, exciting team to watch. Our final team, a hometown favorite, Alexander Brouwer, playing with Oleg Stoyanovsky in this due to injury of his regular partner, Robert Muse.
I'm enjoying every part of being a professional athlete, and for me, I really feel that it's special what I'm doing. You can't hide for anything, you know. You have to develop yourself, the physical part, the technical part, the mental part, because you know that when you're on a beach volleyball court, you have to perform. Ja, gaaf om een keer natuurlijk met iemand anders te spelen en dat hij het dan zo goed doet, joh, die Rus. Man. Zeker, we spelen echt met de vrijheid en, ja, en ook met echt een lach op ons gezicht. En als er wat misgaat, dan gaan we gewoon naar de volgende bal. Je ziet een paar andere teams die hier al langer samen spelen, dat die op elkaar staan te zeiken en te schelden. Die Semenov, Leshukov.
Oh ja, oké.
Man. En die lange die trekt dan een paar keer zo aan het net. Ik vind dat wel mooi om te zien, hoor. Ik zou het zelf nooit zo snel doen. Maar, lekker om die gasten dan een beetje gefrustreerd te zien raken.
Bad luck.
Bad luck?
Okay, next, tomorrow, Antwerpen. Belgium, we are coming!
The life of being a professional beach volleyball player, and also becoming more professional. Like in the beginning, it's all fun, and yeah, you just practice, travel around, and you'll see whatever happens. But yeah, after a few years, you realize, like, okay, if you want to perform even better and better, you have to take it more seriously and focus more. And like, yeah, there are less fun things also, you know, like, okay, I have to work harder for this, and some things you cannot do. Like, for example, doing some sightseeing, we barely do any of that. It's only practice, and all you see is like the hotel, beach volleyball courts, and a restaurant for the food, and your bed. And that's pretty much the whole rhythm you have in a full week, and then you travel to the next location.
I like to compete. I always, when we had something in school, competing 100-meter football, I always get really into the game, and I think that's one of the things that made me an athlete, because I want to compete and I want to win.
It's a weird thing. I've always hated losing. I've always hated losing so much that winning felt good just because I didn't have to experience the loss.
My guys from the United States, Jake Gibb, Taylor Crabb.
For me, it's not hard, you know. For many people, it's so hard. You have to practice 20 hours a week, and you have to wake up early, travel so much, and of course I do a lot of busy stuff, and it's hard work. But at the same time, I love what I'm doing. So for me, it's easier to do it.
I put in so much effort and time. I just want to become the best beach volleyball player, and that's why, yeah, you take it so seriously and you don't do all the things that sound fun, because I think you actually start to enjoy this as well, this life.
traveling on the world tour, everything's so strict, you can say strict or professional. Everyone's, has their mindset, but I think sometimes we forget why we play the game, why we love the game, and that's friends, the beach, the sun, maybe a couple drinks too.
Goodbye to Harley and Ricardo. The legends from Brazil, unable to put any points on the board in that first round of Group C. Unfortunately, it was a pleasure to watch them play, though.
Alexander Van Dorn, right after the final, over in the game.
The difference between normal beach volleyball and King of the Court is really that you got 5 teams inside the court. Those 5 teams create a lot of interaction between each other, and that's so extremely fun to watch, and it's even better to look at, to be honest. A lot of action, a lot of things happening on the court, and the best thing is that the time is ticking. The clock is ticking, and you have to be on time because otherwise you're out. You see, in the eyes of the players, when they're communicating with each other, they are really like, "Come on, we got 2 minutes left, and we need three more points." That feeling, it brings the atmosphere higher and the pressure higher. That's really the best.
Adria Gavira, Pablo Herrera, well done. You predicted it.
They deserved it.
Their side-out game was just too steady all day long, and they really found a groove here in the finals. Congratulations to them. Congratulations to the Dutch team.
That's very interesting to see if the side-out is that important. It's maybe more important than...
One p.m. The first round will start. This will be our room for the day, and between now and 1:30 there are a couple of options. Sleep or rest, and we can go to a hotel in the area for a gym or practice over here. Don't go far away from the festival area, okay? Stay around over here, because I don't want to lose some players.
Oh, nice angle. Are you getting layers and angles?
And you know if I'm adding to my story, that's not something that's easy for me.
He's still thinking about it.
He can't worry about
your story. You can barely walk Instagram. It's just...
Traveling it becomes harder as my kids get older. You know, my kids are now 7 and 3, and my son, you know, he wants to play volleyball with me. He wants to wrestle with me, and misses me while I'm gone. And my family is so supportive. They've been to every single, you know, I've been to 3 Olympics, and they've been to every single Olympics. That's Beijing, London, and Rio. Those aren't close to home. And but you know, the very first Olympics, Beijing, I had 31 family members there. That's my everything. That's what I play for. That's you know, for me, this life is about challenging yourself and about your tribe. Your tribe is your family, your people around you, your close friends, and for me to have that support is everything.
My dream as a little kid, I think, was to be in Olympics and to get a medal. Yeah, volleyball. It's like my mind was really set on volleyball.
My father he just played in the summer, so me and my brother always joined him and watched him play, and then we started to pepper on the side. And when he was finished, he took us on the court and we played a little bit more.
My father was our coach. As a coach, he was strict. He was strict. He knew what it took to be a good player and knew what you had to improve.
He understood that we want to be professional, and he know that if you want to be professional, you have to train really good. And so we went on vacation. We always went to training camps.
Sometimes it's you don't want to be. Sometimes it's hard to get honest feedbacks from your father.
So he was just pushing us and helping us to make us do the right movements and stuff like that.
My dad played professionally, so I always got to play with him as a kid. He was a big role model for me, and not just volleyball, but in life in general.
My dad is, of course, my sisters and my mom as well, but especially my dad. We have a special bond and a special connection. We always talk about volleyball in my family, and his opinion is really important to me.
One thing he always tells me, or has told me my whole life, is just never panic. No matter what, stay calm and be true to yourself, be who you are.
And when I'm away on tour, or we live quite far away from each other, but I can pinpoint almost exactly when he's going to give me a call, when something important has happened in sport or in, yeah, I can talk to him for hours.
After every tournament, whether we win or lose, he sends me a text, hey, great job, or whatever it may be. Give me advice on what to do. I play is to make my parents proud, and because they've made so much sacrifice for me to get to where I am, that's how I repay them.
Yeah. He's special in a way that he's, yeah, I don't know, he's a good listener, and he can put things in perspective when I need to have it, or, yeah.
For sure, I missed a lot of time with my friends. I missed a lot of contact with my friends. Now, most of my friends are here at the World Tour. My opponents. But yeah, missed a lot of quality time with my friends, my family, and that's a really big thing to sacrifice.
Volley Vikings, the best team in the world right now. It's full.
That's funny, I didn't even think about the fact that the head ref King. He's the head ref for the ABP. Oh, nice dig there, Christian Sorum.
This could be the way. This could be the no. What an amazing rally.
Oh, goodness, get the rally. Come on, bro. Here you go, buddy. That's
like the worldwide inhabitants, also top sporters differ a lot. They differ a lot in the ability to sacrifice, in the will to win, in the will to train, and the choices they make. That's the real beauty of life.
I said number 1 and number 2 is no way. Look at the Brazilians, yeah, they know how to celebrate.
Growing up, my whole life I was very artistic and creative, and by the time I got to university, it seemed pretty clear I had to kind of make a decision if I was going to focus more on sport or be more in art, because I tried doing a little bit of both at the same time, and it was very hard to juggle. It's hard when you can't give 100% to either or. So I kind of gave up drawing, gave up art.
I didn't know about this sport. Was my friend talked with me, oh, can I do? We can practice together on the sand. The sand, really? Because normally I play indoor. Sand, okay, I will try. And I went, and it was so fun. So fun, I love it, I love it.
Rechts rüber. Meiner, ich warte, Carla. Once at school, a friend of mine, my best friend at school there, she asked me, like, there will be a new club and my sister wants to go there. Do you want to come to practice? And I said, yeah, maybe. Let's go. I can do one practice. So I went there. In the practice, there was not even anymore the question if I want to play, like if I want to play volleyball.
Do I love attention?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like being the center of attention. I'm comfortable. Yeah. I guess people don't want to be attention seeking. People don't want to like seek it, but I think if a lot of attention is on me, I'm totally happy with that.
I wouldn't say I like attention. I like, for sure, I like more to play in front of a crowd. I know that someone cares of you, what you're doing there. If I'm playing on court 4, maybe the coaches are watching, I'm like, what the heck I'm doing here? Like, no one is interested in what I'm fighting for.
I love engaging with the crowd because I think they have fun watching when they know that you are enjoying yourself and that you are seeing this more than just bumps that hit.
Big crowd playing volleyball, I'm okay, I'm comfortable, I'm in the zone, you know, I know what to do, when to do, like I've been playing volleyball my whole life, but outside of volleyball, to be put on the spot, I don't really like it.
For me, the glamour part is irrelevant. But not when I began. When I began, I loved the fame of it. I loved being on TV. I loved people telling me they saw me on TV, and you know, that was exciting.
My life is totally for volleyball, and I love it because with volleyball, I have a chance to know the world, for travel a lot, for to know many people. I have many friends for the world.
I always loved how complex volleyball is. Like, it's super complex, it's a fast sport, it's super, you have to be so focused, and if you're not, you have to refocus.
You look for the players from beach volleyball, you look, oh, lifestyle, it's so free, it's fun. But we have another part of to be beach volleyball players.
The stress of playing for money, and it's just like you and teams trying to make you very vulnerable because they're trying to attack your weaknesses. Those things you don't see as a spectator, but those are very real aspects of the game.
I think you can ask all athletes over the world, and at some points everybody would say in some moments you're lonely. If you're so focused on this, but you're getting lonely somehow because it's a different life. If you're traveling so much, you have a home, but you're never there, so it's like kind of being lonely.
Of course, this is the big problem. Left my family. I left my family with 14 years. And is the life. When we have a big dream, is this.
I think it's been more like apparent to me in the last few years as I see a lot of my girlfriends at home who I went to university with, and I see them going into their careers and as lawyers and as doctors and as teachers and being really successful in their avenues, and seeing, I guess, the stability that they have. And I'm a little bit envious of them for kind of the lives that they've created for themselves and how successful they are, and having that stability and feeling like, maybe sport isn't as of much value.
You have so much time spending for the sport, so you don't have time to think about your life.
There's a happy medium in between playing volleyball and then living another life.
You need to get away every once in a while. After Huntington Beach, I'm gonna step away. I'm gonna golf. I'm not gonna talk about volleyball. I'm not gonna talk about the next tournament. I'm not gonna talk about strategies. I'm just gonna get away from it. You have to.
We've been talking so much about volleyball in our family. It's crazy. Like when we are at home, volleyball is the only thing that's the only talk that goes around the dinner table, and it's kind of 90% of what we're talking about. It is difficult sometimes, and sometimes I wish I also didn't have only volleyball in my family, and maybe also like another life, because you get so like locked in your mind about volleyball.
Crazy, you know, you have the best 15 players in the 15 teams in the world, and to compete against them play after play is very challenging mentally, and just to compete against them for 4 weeks straight is so fun.
Do I see you next year?
Yeah, you'll see me. You give me the invite, I'm coming.
Enjoy, man.
Thanks, brother.
I love playing volleyball. For me, it's my life.
I love dancing. It's not about the party, it's about the doing movements to music makes you more creative, or like I feel like happy.
I've always, seen my life as a gift. And I'm enjoying every moment I have. I always live in this moment right here. I don't worry about the future.
After volleyball, I want to get into more environmentalism. I joke about it, but I think I do want to get into farming.
I'm going to school right now. I'm getting my master's in higher education, the science of higher education. So I'm doing my master's thesis right now. And so I spend a lot of time on the computer. I'm pretty boring.
My secret for me is that I always live in this moment. When I'm here, I'm here.
After my career's done, I would like to move back home to Hawaii and live there with hopefully a family.